Good afternoon. As I'm sure most of you are aware, the provincial government announced today that the Victoria Police Department will continue to police the township of Esquimalt. For members of the VicPD, the uncertainty that they have experienced has finally been lifted. We have long maintained that we can offer a policing model that meets the unique requirements of the township of Esquimalt, and our members proudly serve those citizens every day. What's important now is the members of the VicPD can now go home at the end of their shift and breathe a sigh of relief that the uncertainty is over. There's still issues to be resolved regarding this policing model. It is unique, but I'm confident that those will be resolved in consultation with our police board. The VicPD is committed to making the process work and will be a full participant in the facilitation process that the government has established. This has been a long and challenging process, but our people continue to serve Victoria and the township of Esquimalt with the professionalism and dedication for which they are so well known. I'm now happy to take some questions if you have any.
Chief Graham, what do you think this does for morale, considering that VicPD members, the officers on duty, will know that Esquimalt wanted to go with the RCMP, and Esquimalt wanted to go with the RCMP, but are basically forced to stay with VicPD? What does that do for the relationship going forward?
Yeah, I think our members are just thrilled that the uncertainty is over. That's it. This has been going on for some time. We were aware and we were waiting for the provincial government to make a decision. We've been in detailed consultation with their staff, and we're just pleased that the uncertainty is now over and we can all move on.
Doesn't it create some sort of animosity knowing that this department, that Esquimalt wanted to go with the RCMP over this department?
The men and women that work here are professional. They know what's been on the table. All we see is a positive move forward. There are lots of issues on the table to be discussed, and I'm pleased that there'll be a facilitation process that we're heavily involved in. So we're just pleased that the uncertainty is now done.
How do you address some of the concerns in the reports raised around, I guess, inequity of how Esquimalt felt it was being treated at the board level? For example, not being able to get stats or on crime trends that they wanted, or do you believe that there was an equal treatment of Esquimalt, and if not, how will that improve after the recommendation in this report?
Well, the police boards are open. You've sat through many of the meetings. You've seen the kind of details that we provide, and any questions that come to us about any statistical issues regarding Esquimalt are provided to whoever asks them. So we're pleased. There are a number of issues here that are going to require some detailed conversations with our police board and both the municipality of Victoria and the township. So the first big stage is now complete, and I can't underscore how important it is for that uncertainty. We're just pleased. I know there's been a lot of analysis done by the officials in police services. We've been working with them hard, so our officers have really taken the high road in all this, and we're just pleased that we're at the stage that we are right now.
So are you going to have a dedicated patrol on Esquimalt, and if so, what will that look like?
Yeah, well, there are some details in our plan that we provided to the township during the RFP process. I'm sure one of your questions is going to be related to our proposal. If it was simply up to me, I'd give it to you right now. We're going to consult with the board, and I have a strong indication it'll be released right away. But these aren't hardcore policing issues, so these are relate to governance issues that I'll want to consult with the chair of the board and some of the board members. But there's nothing in it that you'll find startling. You will find that we have a number of changes that we're prepared to make, and we're just pleased that this uncertainty, and now we have tremendous friends throughout Esquimalt, and I know the people that I talk to, including two of our staff members that work at the West Division, are absolutely thrilled that we're at the stage we're at right now.
Can you tell us what your proposal per year was, like cost-wise, in the report?
Yeah, I'm not going to get in. I'm sorry, I wouldn't get into all those details. Our report will be provided to you. Our report certainly contains nothing startling, but it refocuses some of our attention specifically. And I think one of the areas that I don't think is a big shock to anyone is you'll see You'll see a number of officers and cars dedicated to Esquimalt and come and go from there. I mean, there's no huge surprise to that. And there's some other details that I'll consult with the board about.
Isn't that the case right now, that like the dog team and that some of the youth section are dedicated?
Yeah, no, you're right. We have a number of units, but this means that the uniform patrol officers that focus the zone officers, one of the proposals, and certainly that was our suggestion, that there'll be cars posted there and the officers will come and go. That'll be their base. They won't use this station as their base, so they'll see probably more consistent faces on a regular basis there for set periods of time. So. The rest of the consultation it'll unfold, and I mean, there's going to be no secrecy involved in this. This is simply a governance issue where I have to consult with my colleagues on the board, and we'll get this to you as quick as we can.
Are you looking at ending up having one way of doing business in Victoria and another, or policing Victoria and another way of policing Esquimalt?
Well, we hope that'll never be the case. No, I've been involved in municipal policing before, where one department policed two municipalities. I was involved in North Vancouver and Langley, for instance. So we know the challenges in policing two municipalities. These are two municipal councils, and they're very strong in their views and opinions. We only have one focus, and that's our focus to provide the best quality policing we can to both our contract partners, and that's what we're going to focus on. So there'll be lots of discussion. I'm sure that when we get in the room and the finance people begin these discussions, this will be interesting where it goes from here.
Are there recommendations you find problematic? You talk about further areas.
No, well, I wouldn't use that word. I think that there'll be some challenges. There's some issues that will require some discussion, but not too much. I think there's certain parallels to the mediator's report, along with our response to the RFP, that are in tandem. There are many issues that are exactly the same. There's some issues that I'm sure the board will want to discuss, and the mayor of the township is a member of that board. So there'll be some pretty frank discussions in the weeks to follow.
Are there any recommendations that will make your job better or easier?
Well, we're doing it now. This is simply a confirmation from my perspective that we've been on the right track. A number of people have waded in. Everyone has an opinion about this issue. What our big issue is to make sure that the citizens of Esquimalt get the best possible policing they deserve. And we have a lot of officers there all the time. I'm very pleased. I'm extremely proud of the work that the officers do, and so that will continue, and there will be a slight refocus on some of the job descriptions, but we'll see what the weeks ahead, see how this unfolds.
How quickly could that unfold then?
Well, first off, I have to have a police board meeting, and this will be a subject of discussion, no doubt, and I will no doubt provide some suggestions, and the board and the finance committee, and will no doubt give me some direction, and we'll move from there.
Can you make those changes without leaving any financial impact?
Well, there's a lot of impact here is financial. A lot of it is on governance issues. We have a very vibrant, pretty smart police board, and they'll not shy in giving us direction. These aren't operational policing issues. These aren't solving crimes. These are governance issues, which that's their mandate, to give me this direction. And it'll be in consultation with me and my senior executive. So we'll see where this goes from here. It should be good.
So those changes wouldn't boost the bill at all?
I wouldn't get into that. The discussions are going to be interesting, and I know that we're looking forward to the future. And I just want to leave you with the tremendous relief throughout the organization. A lot of these young officers we've hired recently, there's just been some uncertainty. That's now done. We know that there are a number of people throughout Western Canada that are eyeballing Victoria carefully as a future in a policing career. So we're very pleased where we're going right now.
The important has said that this will be sort of almost a pilot project to see if there's successful integration between Victoria and Esquimalt that maybe eventually it will lead to a regional police force. But isn't that already a pilot project that was supposed to have happened in 2003, with Victoria and Esquimalt being the first, and then eventually the rest to follow, of a regional police force? Where do you see a regional police force at this point, given the problems, given the rocky road we've had, and then now again the province saying, okay, we're going to force Victoria and Esquimalt to stick together, but no one else?
All I can give you, I'm not going to wade into a general discussion right now because this isn't the time to talk about regional policing. But when I came here, I was given a pretty clear mandate from this police board to pursue issues related to regional solutions to the policing problems that we had. And we're still strongly in support of that. I'm pleased the fact that the provincial government is talking more about regional solutions, a regional force. I support that 100%. Some of my colleagues do not, but we see moving ahead in that issue, and you're quite right that we see this relationship with Esquimalt as a first step, and we'll see what the future holds. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind that all the citizens of the Southern Peninsula would be better served by one regional force policing a bigger area, and I stand by that, and I know our police board does too.
Time for one more question. Anyone? Looking forward to rebranding once again after a successful one not too long?
Yeah, there are a number of issues on the table, and we're not going to rush into anything at this stage. Once again, we'll talk to the police board and we'll see where we go for the future relating to that issue.